In today's video, we're going to be reacting to Hostile Fans EuroLeague versus the NBA. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up right now, I'm actually live on YouTube here. We're watching the Champions League, and we decided at halftime we're going to film some reactions, or a reaction. And so I'm actually going to an NBA game tonight. I'm going to watch the Mavericks and the Pelicans play, so it's fresh on my mind. I do like basketball, but I want to see what's the difference between American fans of sports versus European fans of sports. We've done this kind of concept on the channel before, so it's kind of related to what we do here. Let's check this out. I wish our atmospheres were like this.
This is a real hostile environment, and this is what NBA players think it is.
Here are these finals.
Hey, don't. Why they gotta be showing footage of the finals?
Tatum the drive, the sidestep, missed it. Lively there with the help.
European fans are notorious for creating nightmares to opposing teams. And I mean, how would you feel if you had to get a win on the road in this atmosphere? Fans in Greece made it snow inside the arena and delayed the start for a while. And Luka Doncic knows this all too well.
There's some really tough crowds in Europe. I think especially Greece, Serbia, Turkey. I think those are the three really tough.
I think I remember an interview with, we have Nikola Jokic, who plays in he plays for the Denver Nuggets, and someone asked him about the atmosphere getting to him in the game in the finals, and he goes, "Brother," he says, "I played in Serbia." It's like, yeah, the crowd's not gonna get to him.
Crowds to play in. It's hard to listen to your teammate right next to you because they cheer so loud.
Speaking of Serbia, Red Star Belgrade fans caused an earthquake in the arena.
But look at the atmosphere. It is literally bouncing, and they're standing on that floor now. It's shaking.
Yeah.
The floor is shaking.
Yeah, you can feel the floor shaking. You can feel the vibrations from the floor, from the noise, from the songs, from the dancing. It's just an amazing feeling. I mean, this is what European basketball is about. I'm sorry, you don't see this kind of thing anywhere else in the world, not in a basketball arena.
Huge flags being waved, flares flashing as if it's a war going on, massive drums pounding.
And the crazy thing is, when especially with the NBA, American NBA fans are so flippin' arrogant. I mean this really, really. Like, I'm a big NBA fan. I really do love basketball. I think it's probably, behind football, it's probably my second favorite. Probably tied with American football, actually. I really like basketball. But American NBA fans can be so arrogant because they'll talk about how the NBA is the best product. It's the best thing out there. Which, when it comes to terms of the actual play, it probably is. But then they would scoff at these other little leagues. Oh, whoa, these other little leagues. Until they see this. They don't know about this. And it makes me upset how arrogant they can be about how our crowds are and how our basketball tradition is the best. And it's like, watch this video and tell me that we don't have some work to do when it comes to how to be a fan. It bugs me. It bugs me. Tonight I'm going to this game. The arena is going to be 20% full. The Pelicans are terrible. And they're going to do a lot of t-shirt cannons. They're going to give away a grill. They're going to give away a car. They're going to do all of this stuff during commercial breaks. And while that's all happening, people are going to be more worried about what they're getting from the bar than supporting their team. I want to be in a crowd like this when I go to a sporting event.
And leading the entire crowd to sing and yell all as one. By the way, I'm making this video from experience. I've seen a bunch. This is in my country, Macedonia. So, having witnessed a bunch of these absolutely wild scenes himself, when Nikola Jokic was asked about the pressure while playing on the road in the NBA, he just smiled and said this.
I play in Serbia, brother. I play in Serbia, so I wish you guys can feel that.
Things are so crazy in Serbia that even the players themselves are joining the fans. This is stunning. Just imagine LeBron or KD doing this. Actually, Kevin Durant witnessed the madness firsthand when he attended the EuroLeague Final Four tournament.
Turn the tide of this one, but time remains on the clock, and the officials are going to have to get a hold of this one. But even though, in all probability, the game was over.
Wow.
And I was shocked to find out that all of this chaos was just fans welcoming Evan Fournier to the team. They completely took over the airport, and this was the first thing that Fournier saw when he got off the plane. And this is a staggering moment for my hometown, where the fans packed the entire arena for a freaking practice. Not a game, not a game. We're talking about practice.
That's a classic. That's a classic line from Allen Iverson. He's like, "We talking about practice? Not a game. Not a game. We talking about practice." They're doing this at a practice?
This immeasurable passion and love for the game is probably why Luka admitted that he watches way more EuroLeague games than the NBA.
I watch some NBA games, but I always, I watch more EuroLeague than NBA. But if it's a really good game and it's on TV, I'll watch it.
And one-off spectacles like...
My gosh, I love that guy. I wish he was playing in the game tonight. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this reaction short just because we kind of already got the idea here of the atmosphere versus the American atmosphere. I just want to say this, that when I watch things like this, it just reminds me of how Americans, we just don't know how to be good sports fans. We are sports consumers. And that's just, the more and more I react to sports in Europe and South America and in just other places, the more I realize that we don't know how to be sports fans. We don't know at all. We just don't. Like the fact that they're showing up at a practice to cheer on their team. I mean, think about that. Imagine the support that your team has to feel when you realize that the fans are there at the practice to cheer you on, to make sure that the things are going well for the club. We don't do that here. Anyway, please go on. You need to see the European coaches. Oh, there's more here? All right, yeah, I'll keep going. Yeah, we'll keep going. Let's do it.
Like this exhibition game played in Belgrade under open sky are just flat out stunning. Just recently in Greece, there was a game being played at a historical venue, the stage of the first modern Olympics. So with more than 40,000 fans watching, this of course was a phenomenal sight. Speaking of that, one thing you always see in the stands for EuroLeague games are these amazing choreographies that fan groups come up with. It usually means something and sends a message to the opponents, but there are also examples like this one, partisan supporters paying respect to their coach, Željko Obradović. So when you see all of this, along with the shirtless fans screaming till their face turns red, you see the arena shaking and of course the flares lighting up, and compare that to an NBA game, it looks shockingly different.
Tristan Thompson finds James! A lot of thunderous dunks here in the opening period.
I don't know about this, but Rihanna just walked in front of me. Are you kidding me?
What are you doing, man? Stay with the game. LeBron makes a spectacular play like this, and that's what you deal with?
Yeah, what a play.
You see the celebrities in the front rows, everyone looking posh, and the action from the crowd boils down to this.
Neal snatches the board. O'Neal, a little too tough.
I will say, the one thing this video is missing, because I do watch enough of the NBA. The videos they're showing here as examples of of a tough crowd or a hostile crowd doesn't actually paint the most accurate picture. You can find, it's interesting. We have kind of the opposite. We don't have hostile arenas, but we do have, whenever a team is on a heater, like for instance, when somebody is doing something that's pure, like just magical, look up Kobe Bryant's final game when he scores 60 points in his final game, and listen to the crowd in the last like 2 minutes where he puts the team on his back and single-handedly wins the game. The crowd in that game, far better than anything they've showed in this video. But it comes back to the same thing that I've talked about a lot. Our fans are reactionary. If you do something awesome, then our crowds come to life and they become like, they roar like in it, and you can really hear that deafening sound coming from our fans. However, you don't have to have in Europe and from EuroLeague and all the things that I've seen, you don't have to do something awesome. The people just come in with that mindset that we're going to be hostile and we're going to make it hard for the opponent to win. And I just wish that American fans weren't consumers of the sport and like there to be entertained, but would actually be active in it.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Thing is, the whole culture is different. In the US, people go to a basketball game as a way of entertainment and treat it the same way like going to the movies or a concert. They have their drink, the popcorn, or the hot dog. In Europe, it's do or die mentality, both for the teams as well as the fans. Every single game. I mean, just look at some of the top coaches, the most well-respected minds in EuroLeague basketball. Watch their intensity during games.
In your eyes, you're good guys! Fuck you, everybody! Fuck you, okay? You want me to repeat million times? Fuck you, Gigi Dotome!
But they're a quality team.
What the fuck is this, man? March, go 2 steps into the passing lane. 2 steps into the passing lane. What you said? What you said? What you said? Shut up! What do you want, Costa? Now you ask me what to play, huh? So all the life, you wait for me. Okay, all the life, and all of you.
You don't have this in the NBA. 1, because they just don't function like that, but 2, and possibly more important, because
the players run the show.
There is no way you yell like this to the franchise superstar that's worth $200 million. Just imagine a coach berating LeBron like this. He would be fired before the game is even over. Heck, David Blatt, one of the best EuroLeague coaches at the time, got fired from the Cavs after a 30-11 record to start the season. By far the #1 team in the East, and just months after making the finals. In a league where entertainment is everything and superstars are the difference between a team being a contender or not, you definitely want the top dog being happy and the fans buying expensive tickets. In Europe, coaches are the authority and they preach team basketball, so basically they're the most important piece to the puzzle. This season, Partizan did the...
It's interesting to me, I will say, I've got to get back to react to watching football because the games are back on. But I think in one way, there are some players in the NBA, in fairness, it has happened, and I'm not saying it's okay, but they know better than their coach. And they legitimately know better than their coach on what they need to do in a given moment. And so a lot of times the coaches are just hands off, and they give the ball to the players and say, hey, we're counting on you to make this happen. Go do it. And the players, so it's a different level. But I understand what he's getting at here.
Unthinkable and gave Obradovic a blank slate to craft his team. Not a single player from last season was left on the team, and the coach brought in an entirely new roster for this year. That's absolutely wild, but it's happened a few times. It's also worth pointing out that Obradovic is the winningest coach in EuroLeague history with 9 titles. So whatever reputation Greg Popovich holds in the NBA, Željko doubles that. So this trust is well deserved. If you've never watched the EuroLeague, this season is the perfect time to tune in, as there are going to be almost 100 former NBA players suiting up. I've actually started a brand new channel focused solely on the EuroLeague, so check out the first video of the wildest game winners in Europe, headlined by...
Interesting. All right. Let's get back to watching some football. If you like this video, smash like on the video. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.